Contracts were sold out to me that you had on Nipsey, and you wanted me to go attack Nipsey's estate after his death for 30%.
Where were you? Where were you the first time somebody accused you of being involved in Nip's murder?
We got the call. We text messages, boom, said it was a shooting on Slauson at Nipsey shop. Then about 15, 20 minutes later, everybody's phone going crazy. Almost all the homies is together. Everybody's phone blowing up. Nip got hit, Nip got hit. We flying up there. We fly up there and we see the scene.
Salute, 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 everybody. Salute, salute, salute. We back with another one. Listen, man. Listen, y'all. Scary, y'all. Get in here. Listen to me, y'all. We got big U RICO case, y'all. We got so much things going on right now. Listen to me, man. We got big U RICO case, man. All right. We got the Rollin 60's hit with the RICO, right? We got, is this the end of Big U, y'all? Los Angeles crime gang indictment, y'all. All right. This is what we're trying to figure out right now. Salute to everybody in the building. You already know the vibes. Everybody, big up yourselves. Make sure you're all dropping a like. Make sure you're all subscribing to the channel. Make sure you're all notified when we dropping, because when we dropping, we not flopping. I'm OOTA. I'm on go. You on go. We all on go together. Let's break all this down. That's the time when I stop talking. That's why I put that right there. Salute to everybody. Let's get into this. Everybody drop a like on the way in. It's a lot. We got the official indictment here. We're gonna be going to a read. Shout out to that girl Henny. She's the one who sent it to me. Shout out to that queen. This is what I'm talking about. This is what we doing. We building. We sharing with each other. This is real. So shout out to that queen, because she also got her own breakdown on this, which I also want y'all to go and check as well. You see what I'm saying? Because this is what we doing. Everybody got their own vibe on things, and this is how we doing. We building together. It's on go. We're gonna stay on go. Shout out to the Henny gang. Shout out to the Go gang. Shout out to everybody in the building. Let's get back to this.
Nominated rapper Nipsey Hussle, who was killed in a shooting in Los Angeles. Hussle was shot multiple times yesterday in a parking lot outside his clothing store. Two other men who were also shot are in stable condition today. Police are looking for the suspect. Hussle rose to stardom with self-released mixtapes in the mid-2000s. His debut album, Victory Lap, was just nominated for Best Rap Album at the Grammys in February. The artist also spoke and rapped about his time with the notorious Crips gang as a teenager. The LAPD tweeted the rapper was scheduled to meet with police leaders today to discuss ways to stop gang violence. Fellow artists are all paying tribute to Hussle on social media. John Legend said he just saw Hussle on Thursday, tweeting, "He's utterly stunned that he's gone too soon." Hussle was 33 years old and the father of two, and everybody that knew him said he was different than anybody they had met. Ava DuVernay calls him bright, genuine, forward-thinking. She'll remember the beauty he saw in his community. LeBron James, Steph Curry, and Rihanna says it doesn't make any sense. My spirit is shaken by this. His music was really, really life-changing, game-changing, and he was very well respected. So this is a huge loss in that community.
To keep it all the way 100, some of the behavior that Big U has displayed was very suspicious, all the way up to the point of Big U laughing when someone mentioned Nip on his IG Live.
What you waiting on, though? You don't know what you waiting on, though. What you waiting on? You got to tell us what you waiting on. Yeah, my mama broke you with a
Justice for Nip.
The fact of the matter is, rather than Big U just keep his mouth closed, he would take to social media on several different occasions, making suspect comments. However, a more detailed look into Nip's murder took place during Black Sam's interview with Big Boy. It was in this interview that Black Sam would reveal never before heard details that revolved around Nipsey losing his life. Like the old saying goes, common sense isn't common, and if you don't have anything good to say, keep your words to yourself. himself, as what should have been the case with Big U. After months of going silent, Big U would finally resurface on the Live with Willie D YouTube channel for an in-depth interview. During this interview, Big U would say some of the stupidest shit imaginable. When it comes to Eric Holder, Big U would state that Eric never left the scene and came back. Then, in the very same breath, Big U would say that Eric Holder did leave. I swear, man, you can't make this shit up.
Something else that didn't make sense to me, the hit didn't make sense to me, because who takes this girl on a hit? And who goes, if you're going to go do a hit, if it is a hit, if you're going to go do a hit, who goes to confront the guy? He already know, I'm finna do this dude. Who goes to confront the guy, leave, and then come back?
No, you got it wrong. He never left.
Where he went, they say he went to the car or something.
No, sir. See, and that's where people get it messed up, and that's where it get convoluted. They had words.
Right.
He went into Master Burgers and ordered a burger. Ordered a burger after they had words, okay, and sat in there on camera, walking around, and you can see the derangedness in his head. He sat in there with his shirt off, then walked out. So he didn't leave like they make you think. He had words with Nip, left, changed his clothes, and came back. That's all untrue and unfactual. I didn't even know the facts of it till Street Gangs. Alonzo did it, and the brother had words with Nip, from my understanding, because my big homeboy, Cousin Kerry, was there. He's the one who got shot in the ass. He's one of the ones that got shot. And dude left. Stopped, go to order some food or had whatever he had did, sat in there, and then left and went and did what he did. Left and changed, went to the car, and came back and shot bro.
What makes this statement so erroneous and completely false is that the whole shit was captured on video. Another lie Big U would spew out of his mouth was that Khaled was actually his friend and not Nip's, alluding to the fact that he didn't have a problem with Khaled coming to the hood, when it's actually documented that he didn't have a relationship with Khaled until after Nip was killed.
That was also the rumor that perhaps you were involved because Nip brought Khaled to the hood or something like that.
Which is so funny, when Khaled was my friend, and
that didn't make sense to me.
It still don't make sense.
There's a lot of big politics getting into it with certain people. Hustle had DJ Khaled in the hood, and Hustle frontline that, and we felt like certain people didn't like that.
Big U would actually expose his hand. It's a known fact that the little homies were looking up to Nip in the hood, which in turn Big U didn't like. Numerous people from the hood have already spoke on how Big U felt played because in his mind, Nip was inferior to him. In fact, Big U would regurgitate those exact same words during the Willie D interview.
Body in their neighborhood without there being consistent conflict. You understand what I'm saying? And Nip is in fact a baby. He wasn't my equal. Him nor his brother was my equal at that time or any other time.
That, however, wouldn't be the last fuck up that Big U would make. During the same interview, Big U would claim to have been 100 deep and rushed to the scene of Nip's murder.
From there, we actually was on 6th Ave with 100 cars. We got all the streets blocked. We waiting on OOTA to come out the house. Everybody's phone blowing up. Nip got hit. We flying up there. We fly up there, and we see the scene.
But at the same time, in August of last year, while live on IG,
This is all crazy, man. This is all crazy. Salute to everybody that's here with us. Make sure everybody's dropping a like. This is crazy. But I do want to let this little audio run out because we got a couple of audios to get into because we just understanding a lot of things is being alleged throughout a lot. A lot is being alleged online. It's a lot of connection. They're trying to connect him to Nipsey and all kind of things like that. We understand that. We understand that Luce Cannon himself did that himself by making the connections with Big U and said that he got the phone calls. And we understand that a lot of those conversations stem from that. Luce Cannon really diving into that part. And many people looked at Luce Cannon as he was around Big U. So a lot of people started believing what Luce Cannon was saying. See what I'm saying? So, but now we get to this point where we see everybody's indicted now. We got all of this now. The paperwork's out. Brick Baby's in the paperwork. He's not listed on the top of the indictment itself. You know what I'm saying? I have the indictment. I read part of it. I'm going to start reading part of it right now. But I just want to play some of this audio as well. Let us rock out. And this is what we're going to do. All right? This is what we're going to do because we got a couple of things to break down. Let's just let this one play, man. It's a lot, bro. It's a lot. It's a lot, y'all. It's a lot.
Big U claimed not to be in town the day of Nip's murder.
Shout out to
accusing me
504
of shit that I ain't even do.
Street Stories.
That was funny. I wasn't even in town. So figure that one out. But I ain't gonna address this shit.
If you do the math, Nip's management contract with Big U had come to an end. Not long after that is when Nip would be killed.
So I signed him to it. It was signed to a 10-year production contract, which started in 2009, which would end 2019.
Crazy.
Hello.
With so many inconsistencies.
Look at his face, how he smiled at that moment. Hello. Yo, the way they catch him and the way they making him to be, because I don't know Big U, and we all don't know him personally, but the way the people make him to seem, the way the paperwork allege him to be, it starts to set a picture, whether you believe it or not. This is the picture that they're going to try him with. They're going to have him on trial with this picture and this image of him saying that he's this developing option and he was helping these kids supposedly, but he was using that as a rouge. And that, when you're fighting against the U.S. and the government or wherever, and they're going at you like that too as well, not just based on the street things that you're doing, based on positive things that you're doing that they're trying to tie into street things that you're doing, that's never a good look, man. That is never a good look. That is only...
Oh, no, you can't be serious. That is some bullshit right there.
I'm telling you that's some bull, bro. When they're doing that, and this is how they catching Big U right now, you know. This is why Big U got the hardest fight to fight right now. Because not only do they got him for RW, RIP to the brother, condolences to the family. And they alleging that he did it, period. So they're not saying we think and we corroborate and evidence. No, they're saying that he did this. This is what they're saying, period. Then they got these other things that's subsidiary falling under that. Then they got the things like with Luce Cannon. Luce Cannon got a very hard fight, bro. He may not think he does, or he may think it's light. Like, yo, they got the one thing on me and they ain't got on him. Listen, Luce, calm down. Calm down, brother. Get your asses off podcast too, bro. I'm telling y'all right now, word to my mama. Mama, that's my grandmama. If y'all niggas is slow, that's my grandmama, bro. Get off the podcast, bro. Get off the podcast. They got Luce Cannon out of everybody in this paperwork. We got Big U. We got this. We got Sylvester Robinson. We got Martin. We got Blanton. We got this one, that one, this one. We got everybody in the paperwork, right? Monty, this one, that. Out of everybody in this paperwork, you know what I'm saying? And it's free people, man. Free everybody, man. Free up. Some people's freed already, I know, for the moment, but you know they're going to have to go to trial. But I'm just saying, out of everybody that's listed in that paperwork, bro, only Brick Baby they got is into, he admitted something. Even though Big U, they got him throughout, because they got him just on wiretap conversations. So everything that they saying from Big U or anybody else, they got the transcripts or whatever they saying, and they corroborating the evidence or whatever from the victims or whatever. That's how they dealing with Big U. But with the way they dealing with Luce now, a lot of Luce things was corroborated from podcasts. So they go to say Luce Cannon admitted on a podcast to the same situations, bro. And if that ain't some...
Oh, no, you can't be serious. That is some bullshit right there.
That's crazy. Salute to everybody. Y'all drop a like. It's crazy, man. We got a lot to get into. Clips. We're going to get in the paperwork. Some more clips. Everybody drop likes on the way in. Share the video. Share this to any of your channels right now. Share. Get in the comments. Let me know what y'all thinking about this. I'm going to pin a comment as well so that you can see it. But listen, the question is, listen, man, what do you think about this RICO? Give me anything y'all thinking about this, man. What y'all think about this RICO? What you think about Big U? Do y'all think Big U is done? Do you think he done? Do you think that he could beat this? Do you think that he can fight this? Do you think that Brick can beat this? Do you think that Brick can fight this? Do you think that Luce can beat this? Do you think that Luce can fight this? This is what I want to know from everybody in the chat. Get in the comments. Let's get back to the video.
Since he's with the Willie D interview, I would be surprised if more stories wouldn't come out that will quite possibly get Big U questioned or picked up.
We got the call. text messages, boom, said it was a shooting on Slauson at Nipsey shop. Then about 15, 20 minutes later, everybody's phone was going crazy.
Homie, they killed Nip too. Let's not forget, homie, they killed Nipsey Hussle. Eric Holder was not a lone actor in that. If you go back and follow the details, Nip and Big U got into it. Big U hit Nip Daddy across the head with a bat. His brother had to come out and shoot the gun. Hey, y'all get out. Say, Nip, come on, nigga, we finna come beat you. Because I don't want to pay that $20,000. You say it's over this equipment, but the white folks is pulling me away from the set. I met a Jewish white boy on the front row at the Los Angeles Lakers ball game. Me and this white boy getting drunk, we started talking business idea. This white boy see I'm a sharp nigga. This white boy pulled me into business ventures, the vector sector, right? So now I'm being expanded, but now they pulling me away from the set. The set have made it known nobody's bigger than the set. Nobody's bigger than the program. Nip had gotten bigger than the program. Quando is a reminder that nobody's bigger than the program. But Nip had gotten bigger than the set. Well, what do you mean by that, Charleston? Think about when Big U and all the other big homies and the OGs in the hood, they standing in front of Nip shit. They standing on the street corners. When Nip pull up in that platinum Jaguar, he pull up in that platinum Jaguar, nigga, them fresh ass Puma with all them goddamn chains on, and then he opened up the door. He got a Hollywood bitch coming up out of there, London Lauren, one of the baddest Hollywood bitches we done seen. When the little homies see Nip pull up, do you think they gonna stay here and talk to the big homies, Big U and them? They gonna make an about face and say, y'all, there go Nip, and they gonna run away from the big homies. As all the excitement going to Nip, all the brawls, everybody, the store, what you think the big homie sitting back saying? Now Nip is growing. Nip that Monday had a meeting with the LA County, with the LA Police Departments on gang intervention program before he come up dead. So now Nip and Big U done fell out over $20,000 worth of equipment, so they say. But it's really over $20,000 nigga extortion fee to pay for protection. Yeah, Nip was being extorted too. He had to pay for protection. That's why they got that video of him that Wack 100 say they got of him. Why would they let Wack even make that statement? Everybody know Big U and Nipsey had an argument, homie. Everybody know Big U was shaking Nipsey Hussle down, making him pay protection fee, sorta. Everybody know that's Big U and Wack 100 game over there, homie, to protection fee. Nipsey Hussle got smart and say, nigga, I don't want to pay you $20,000 a month no more, nigga. And Nipsey Hussle come up dead. He lost his protection.
New at 5, the late rapper and community activist Nipsey Hussle is being laid to rest today, nearly 2 weeks after he was murdered outside his South Los Angeles clothing store.
Thousands of people packed the Staples Center to pay their respects. CBS 4's Joy Benedict has more from Los Angeles.
Celebration, baby, let's do it!
It was a tribute fit for a legend. With a packed arena and stars in attendance, thousands showed up to honor the life of rap artist Nipsey Hussle.
Let today be the day that we start to understand what his death and what his life truly meant.
The LA musician was well known in the music industry, having just received his first Grammy nomination. His work focused on empowering his community, something he backed up in his personal life.
He lived the gang life, but he didn't stay there.
Hussle recently purchased property in the South Los Angeles neighborhood where he grew up. A former gang member who now preached unity and peace. But it was in front of his clothing store where he was shot and killed last week. A death that shocked his fans and led to days of tributes.
But most of the people we met here at the service never even met Nipsey Hussle. They came because they felt moved by his music and what he did for his community of South Los Angeles.
He just made it believable for people like us, we could do the same thing, So that's what it was.
Gave hope.
Gave hope.
Fans claimed the free tickets for Hussle's celebration of life in minutes. This morning, they showed up hours before the service to honor his legacy.
He is the model entertainer for what, black entertainment should be. He is definitely larger in death than he was in life, and everybody sees that now.
Just pass me over.
But as his community mourns, they vowed not to forget how he died and how he lived in hopes of bringing change.
You will be never forgotten.
Joy Benedict, CBS News, Los Angeles.
Yeah, because you got to remember the rental car come from Cali. Right? I get pulled over and the search happened in Texas. Right? So immediately, that's why they had the Fed hold. They like, well, yeah, you know, he crossed the state line. Bro, when them...
We will be getting into that. You already know the vibe.
Court. Eric Holder's
That's
attorney
next.
tells TMZ that he was attacked by two people while in a holding cell. Hip-hop star Nipsey Hussle was gunned down in 2019, and today his killer, Eric Holder Jr., was sentenced to 60 years to life.
I would respectfully ask that Eric Holder be sentenced to the maximum sentence possible.
We came here to get some reaction, and what I was told is, look, Eric Holder would have either gotten a lot of prison, probably for the rest of his life, or if he got out, he was going to get a dose of street justice.
We, the jury, in the above entitled action, find the defendant, Eric Ronald Holder Jr., guilty of the crime of first-degree murder.
Ermias Askedam, aka Nipsey Hussle, was shot and killed on March the 31st of 2019 outside of the South Los Angeles clothing store that he owned.
It was an intense search throughout Los Angeles County. Investigators knew who they were looking for, and LA County Sheriff's deputies did arrest him today in the city of Bellflower. LAPD detectives drove down there personally to identify him and take him into custody. Here is exclusive video from Air 7 as the suspect, 29-year-old Eric Holder, is picked up by LAPD detectives at the sheriff's station in Lakewood. He was placed in an unmarked vehicle. The department says it received help from the community to track him down. Police say Holder was outside Nipsey Hussle's store on Sunday talking with Hussle and then left. He came back a short time later and started shooting. Hussle was hit in the head and the chest.
Armed with a handgun, this senseless murder, this expression of violence represents that this is a man who is of a substantial risk to public safety.
Chief Michael Moore says Holder and Hussle knew each other, but would not say what the discussion was about or the motive that led to the shooting. Police believe Holder is a gang member, but this was not a gang shooting. It was a personal issue. Holder then got into the passenger side of a vehicle that was in the alley and drove off. Last night, a stampede broke out at the memorial where hundreds of fans had turned out. There was confusion after someone pulled out a weapon and another person tried to disarm him.
And in that struggle, that caused obviously panic in that group of hundreds of people, and a cascade or stampede, if you will, of people expecting, hoping to leave and not suffer any injury.
Today at a news conference, the mayor of Los Angeles praised Hussle for his work to end gang violence.
He was somebody who was a gifted and brilliant artist, an entrepreneur who found global success, who was working closely with this city to help save lives and transform lives, even as he was doing that for himself.
Now, police say after the shooting, Holder left the scene in a car with a woman. It was a 2016 Chevrolet Cruze. They say that person and anyone who might have helped them could also be charged in the murder.
Nearly 4 years after Nip was shot and killed, Eric R. Holder Jr., aka Shitty Cuz, was sentenced to 60 years to life in prison after being found guilty for first-degree murder. It wouldn't be long before names would begin to ring in the streets. One of those names was Eugene Henley, aka Big U. Some would say that Big U is the definition of what dudes from the street will call the big homie. Someone you not only want in your corner, but someone you need in your corner. Standing a towering 6'5" tall, Eugene Henley, aka Big U, is a legend in his own right. A self-proclaimed community activist, philanthropist, and a music industry executive with his own label, Unique Music. It's no secret that when artists come to Los Angeles and need security, Big U is who they are calling. calling. Hailing from South Central Los Angeles, Big U has been viewed by some as the voice of the streets. One West Coast artist career that Big U played a major role in is the late great Nipsey Hussle. Big U allegedly helped Nip cultivate his all money and brand beyond just the city. It has been said that Big U helped Nip reach the masses on a global scale. Even Ray Charles can see that Nip's and Big U's relationship was solely based on their ties to the rolling 60s. After the death of Nip, rumors will begin to circulate that Big U may have quite possibly had some involvement in Nip's murder. In early 2024, Whack 100 would add fuel to these flames on the No Jumper podcast. This would infuriate Big U.
And even the police too, is nowadays niggas be listening to the social media and all the shit, you know, because when Nip like passed away, automatically Big U did it or had something to do it or did this, did it. And niggas just be like, social media, the investigator. And now nigga come to your house like, hey, what's the deal, bro? You know what I'm saying? You did it. Like,
and niggas are suckers for switching too, because I seen when that shit first happened, how they was, man, that shit was crazy. Like, I remember Unc went live too, and he's sitting there talking about it. I'm like, that's crazy that y'all, if y'all really know them and you know their situation, them niggas loved each other. Like,
bro, now you don't even got to go through that. We was just in every video. Like how we was beefing when all his songs, every album he put out, since we had the so-called altercation, he shouted me out. He got the goddamn keys to the city. Like, what? Didn't he say, I want to be Big U? Oh, no, what did he say? Big U? Like J Prince and Big Draws, and then I mean, like, what do you say? He shot me out of every song. Like, but you got to figure that's not gonna make no sense though, because people make money. You know how much money people made off of saying that? On that episode aired earlier this year, a guest on the show made some wild allegations. Luce Cannon would make wild claims about the murder of Nipsey Hussle that got the attention of a lot of viewers and listeners. It was during this episode that Luce Cannon and Whack 100 would try to connect Big U to the murder, claiming that Big U had something to do with the orchestration of Nip's murder.
Phone. He FaceTimed me. So he FaceTimed me and stuff like that. He was like, Nipsey just got killed. I'm like, sick, so I didn't hear that. So I hang up with him. I called Nipsey and I'm like, Nipsey, what's up? He was like, oh, what's up with it?
Nipsey answered.
Nipsey answered. He answered the phone. And I was like, I love you, cuz, or whatever like that.
Did you tell him to call you just got? Or you didn't even mention it?
I didn't mention it. And that's what fucked me up, because my cousin is Nipsey baby mama. You know what I'm saying? So it was like I could have probably stopped
crazy,
it. Right?
Y'all. Crazy.
Stop what? Fuck you mean?
Both of them incriminating themselves.
No, because listen. So after I talked to Nipsey and I was like, yeah, I love you, cuz, or whatever like that. I'll see you later or whatever. So I hung up the phone. I thought Big U gave wrong information. 30 minutes later, the homies blowing me up like they just killed Nipsey. And so I'm like,
wait. You get a call from Big U telling you Nipsey just got killed.
Yeah.
You panic, call Nip. Nip answered the phone.
Yeah. And
you like
talking on regular. So it's like at the end of the day, I didn't even think about it because
you don't even warn him that you got that call from dude.
No, because their relationship was so fucked up. It'd be like they be hot one minute, then they be cold the next minute, and then they be lukewarm. Like you just
30 minutes after you get off the phone with Nip, he get killed.
Yeah, I got it.
So you think he hit you a little too early?
Yeah, he hit me a little bit too early because the homie Shitty double back
and killed before it actually happened. In fact, he even claimed to have called Nipsey to confirm that he was still alive, only for him to be murdered 30 minutes later. After this would all unfold, Whack would take to Clubhouse in typical Whack 100 fashion to speak on Nip's homie being killed after allegedly knocking out Big U. Whack would also speak on the Eddie Boy and Nip situation.
Fats put Big U on his pockets. Damn. Big U tried to take off on Nip, and Fats took off on Big U and set him on his pockets in front of everybody. A week later, Fats was out of here. I think somebody might have shot him. I don't know what happened.
Yeah, the internet finna be in an uproar about this.
The nigga came over there to get down with Nipsey because Nipsey was his baby mama while he was in jail. Fucker took the fade for Nipsey. Nipsey didn't want to fade. His name Eddie Boy. Not the Eddie Boy y'all been hearing about. Eddie Boy whooped. Right?
Right.
Eddie Boy in jail right now for a body. Right? Oh, yeah. Eddie, actually I'm lying. Yeah, Eddie Boy went to get down with him, and Eddie Boy whooped the nigga. He got down for him for Nipsey. Nipsey didn't want to fade with him. Right? Then come back, kill Eddie Boy. Right? The same nigga that came over here to get on with Nip, because Nip baby mama and they was boys before he left while he was in the joint. Big U had the nigga on the phone when he talking to the police, and Nip said, if anything happened to me, if I come up dead, cuz did it, and said his name. That's how Big U got back in there with Nip and got him to start doing what he wanted him to do. With the black belt and letting that go.
This shit tricky.
That's a fact. They know what's going on.
So wait, let me ask you this though. What you think, because you know it's been some years, right? What you think Sam's motive is now to go ahead and like shed light on now though?
Sam, nigga, because he see niggas just believe in the bullshit. Bro, you didn't see that clip we put up on live? See, Big U, you gotta remember, dude is like, he not smart. He not smart. So he'll do shit without thinking.
In a shocking turn of events, Nip's brother, Black Sam, would take to the Big Boy TV podcast to reveal shocking events that had never been made public. Black Sam will go on to speak about the whole entire situation with DJ Khaled, affirming that Big U indeed wasn't happy about what went down.
What was that day like for you, bro? And did you feel any premonitions before we lost Nip?
100%, man. I think, man, we just, it's my cousin's birthday, so the night, I want to say the night before, Nip took us to Wally's, Beverly Hills, me, Pops, and Adam, my cousin Adam, and just had a long talk with bro, you know. Not to get into too much detail, but there was a lot of big politics getting into it with certain people. You know, Hustle had DJ Khaled in the hood. Not to be speaking too much on shit, but we came frontline like we always do. And, you know, niggas gonna know we gonna crash out behind it. We not playing. Ain't nobody saying nothing to Khaled. Ain't nobody doing nothing to Khaled. And he's straight. And Hustle frontline that. And, you know, we felt like certain people didn't like that.
Black Sam would even go further by clearing the air about Nip's murder and how an argument between Shitty Cuz and Nip had never taken place.
Random is what the public thought it was. Like, Nip seen somebody, Eric, and talked and...
I mean, you know, he already got convicted, so for me, without going into too many details. Somebody come to the shop. They know we in the doorway. When Hustle pull up, we in the doorway. You gonna see me with a hoodie on, and I got a pistol on me. You gonna see one of the team members in the hoodie in the doorway with a pistol. That's protocol when Hustle pull up. So it's Sunday, it's busy in there. Why the niggas in there didn't follow the protocol? I wasn't there, why they didn't follow it? Maybe they was fucking around helping the customer, doing some fucking customer service. This is what I'm thinking, trying to, you know, transition into some legitimate just selling clothes. But nobody was in the doorway. And from my understanding, old boy walked up with no shirt on first to check the scene, because he know what's going on in that parking lot. And had a conversation, probably seen nobody was in the doorways, checked Hustle had on shorts, checked everybody else, left. They say came back with a red shirt on, tiptoed through the alley, and went right and started shooting. So to me, that's premeditated. Number one, there's no red shirts in the hood. You can't buy no red shirt. No liquor store sell no red shirt. Number two, when a nigga come through the alley with a red shirt, that's the throw off, or the Bloods did it, or the Inglewood families did it, or the BPS. That's the throw off, red shirt. So for me, he felt he was supposed to do a job, or somebody sent him or whatever, and he was nervous. He was supposed to hit that alley with that red shirt immediately, but he didn't do that. He came in and he wanted to check the scene. He wanted to make sure he wasn't getting into a shootout. And that's my thoughts on it. You understand? So, and can't nobody tell me nothing about that, because it just don't make no sense. It's not random, you know. I know Hustle. You know, ain't no.
To get to. Salute to everybody that was rocking through that. That's just setting the ground stage of a lot of things. We got a lot to get into, RW, many people, many things that's going on in this situation. But what I do want to get into is the paperwork. Read the actual indictment, y'all. The actual indictment. All right, the official paperwork. Salute to that. Salute to that girl, Henny, for getting it to me and being a real one. That's what we're talking about. Many people talk about sharing and being real. That's what we're talking about. Shout out to that for her being on go. Shout out to the Henny gang. Okay? Cool. So look, now I got to get into this read though. Hold up. Let me just bring up this read for us. Salute to everybody. Y'all all drop a like. Let's get the likes to 100 some likes, at least while we live, because I'm going into the read too as well. All right. I'll try to stay focused and not turn up on y'all because y'all not liking it. I'll be bugging, but it's all right. Let me find this for y'all. Let me bring up this read for us, man. All right. Cool. Where we at? Okay. This is it right here. Bang. Right. Bang. Okay. Cool. Let me just minimize it for us and make sure that it's all Gucci. Hold up. Bang. Put this right here. Bang. Right. Boom. Let me maximize this, right? Let's bring this here. Let me maximize it. Hold on. I got y'all. All right. Cool. Let me see how it's looking. All right. Cool. Let me zoom it out. Let me zoom it down. I want to make sure y'all can see it all before I even start this. Cool, cool. I can make it more smaller, right? I want y'all to get it and make sure y'all see it correct. Oh, y'all can see it right there, right? Y'all can see it perfect. Oh, yeah, y'all can see it. Yeah, y'all Gucci. Let me see. No, I got to back it up. Let me see. Pause. Pause with the back it up business. All right. Right there. All right, cool. We're going to do it just like that. All right, cool. As you can see, all the names are listed. Eugene Jr., Eugene Henley Jr. You see all the nicknames. I just want to make sure how I'm seeing it. All right, cool. Hold up. I don't like how that's looking, bro. Sorry. Is that it? All right, cool. Yeah, that look like about it. All right, cool, because I want y'all to see it clearly. All right, cool. Y'all got it. All right, we're going to go through a quick read. I'm going to try to run through this, man. This is a 75-page read. I'm going to try to read as many of these 75 pages I can read straight. I want everybody to make sure y'all dropping a like in the building, sharing the video, subscribing to the channel, turn the notification bells on to make sure you're notified. Let's get it. All right, they show you all of the people that's in it. All right, so we're not going to go through that. All right, we're just going to start it right from the general allegations, and we're just going to run right through this, y'all. We're going to try to run through this. All right. General allegations. At times relevant to this indictment, defendant Eugene Henley Jr., also known as AKA Big Draws, AKA Unc, AKA Draws, it go through his AKAs, right, was self-admitted member of the original and original gangster, or OG, of the Rolling 60's Neighborhood Crips. The Rolling 60's, a violent street gang founded and operating in Los Angeles. Let me just make sure. All right, cool. I just want to make my sound good. All right. Because I've done reads and it's on mute. In Los Angeles, California. Defendant Sylvester Robinson, a.k.a. Vay, was a criminal partner of defendant Henley. Defendant Robinson was a years-long associate and confidant and defendant Henley and served as his right-hand man, underboss, and enforcer. Defendant Mark Martin, a.k.a. Bear Claw, was a criminal partner of defendant Henley and also a self-admitted member of the Rolling 60's. Defendant Martin was a close confidant and trusted lieutenant of defendant Henley. Defendant Martin also owned and operated under the Hood Muscle Cars located in a location in Gardena, California. Defendants Henley and Martin co-founded Unique Music Entertainment, Inc., Unique Music, an independent record label. Defendant Henley was the chief executive officer and defendant Martin was the chief financial officer of the Ex-Offender Fellowship Network, a purported California registered charitable organization under the 26 USC, and they told you the penal code, which did business as Developing Options. So they're saying that this charitable organization did business as Developing Options and was also sometimes referred to as Unique Ballers, Crenshaw Rams Football, Crenshaw Youth Football and Cheer, and Crenshaw Ballers, hereinafter referred to as Developing Options. So all of these things they're saying, Developing Options is all of these same things, all of these charitable events and businesses that they got going on, charities, whatever, organizations, not businesses, organizations. The Rams football, you got the cheering team, you got the Ballers, probably for basketball or something like that, or whatever you're doing with the Ballers or whatever, however you're doing it. But they're saying they're trying to tie all these things into him, you know what I mean, using these things for crimes and all these things, right? Fraudulent payments, money, PPP loans, all of that, relief funds, all of these types of things, right? Boom. They say defendant Robinson was on the Developing Options payroll as an employee. Defendant Henley also was the sole proprietor and the sole owner of the related company. Celebrate to this right here. This paperwork got pictures on it. So you know this is the documents of the documents, this indictment. They got pictures on this. So I hope we got the picture when WAC 100 was out there when he was confronted by Big U. You know, WAC was confronted by Big U in the other paperwork in the federal complaint. They said Big U ran down on him with 15, 20 people. Their hoodies was tied down. WAC was screaming, yo, nah, Eugene Henley, that's you. I see you, Eugene Henley. Nah, he got the blowout. Nah, draws. And there was a video supposedly that surfaced of this same incident, y'all. But WAC says that the feds only have a still shot of the evidence of the situation, and WAC says at the whole time when it was 20 to 15 people, and they all don't like WAC. WAC said he was there standing his ground by the car like this. The paperwork says WAC was like, nah, my girl, my wife here, my kids, I don't want to die. Nah, draws, you know, he got the blowout. Nah. And he started wailing. So which one do you believe? Which one do you believe, bro? Which one do you believe? Y'all drop likes in the building. Let's get it to 100. Off the rip, let's get it to 100, all right? Cool. As long as we get them to 100 likes, I'm feeling good about that. And everybody that's watching this video and these reads on the rewatch, make sure y'all getting into the thousands likes, all right? Now people get it to the 3 digits, and y'all take it to the 4 digits and beyond. Salute to everybody. All right, cool. So they even go into a thing. Defendant, he was the sole proprietor and owner of a related company, Celebrity Socks, which did business as Unique Socks. Developing Options' purported objective was to be a service and charitable organization providing alternative choices to gang violence, narcotic offenses, and other criminal activity for South Los Angeles youth. Development Options, as depicted in below image, claim to devote resources to inner city athletic organizations such as the Crenshaw Rams. And then they got this picture. Okay, you see Unique on the side, you see Crenshaw. All right, cool. The city of Los Angeles, a unit of local government in Los Angeles County within the Central District of California, awarded Development Options an annual $550,000 grant, which was federally funded as part of the city of Los Angeles's Gang Reductions Youth Development, the GRID program. From on or about July 1st, 2018 to on or about June 30th, 2023, Development Options was allotted $2,352,000 from the mayor's office of the city of Los Angeles. Defendant Henley's duties and responsibility as the chief executive officer of Development Options included ensuring that Development Options remain in compliance with its contract with the city of Los Angeles and the mayor's office, which included providing a budget, hiring and compensating employees, complying with general reporting requirements of the contract, and otherwise serving as the leader of Developing Options. Defendant Henley's responsibility also included ensuring Development Options compliance with the mandatory GRID handbook as set forth in its contract. Those requirements included, but were not limited to, submitting all employees for background checks in order to work under the GRID contract, certifying Developing Options employee training with Los Angeles Violence Intervention Training Academy and Member Action Resources Center, and general compliance with the requirements outlined in the GRID handbook. As Chief Financial Officer, Defendant Martin shared with Defendant Henley the responsibility of ensuring Developing Options compliance with the GRID handbook. Salute to y'all. Y'all drop a like in the building. Y'all drop a like. So now we getting into count one. Racketeering enterprise. At all times relevant to this indictment, defendants Eugene Henley Jr., also known as AKA Big Draws, they go through it, Sylvester Robinson, AKA Vay, Martin, AKA Bear Claw, and others known and unknown to the grand jury were members and associates of a criminal organizations that engaged in, among other things, acts of violence, fraud, and other crimes, including murder, robbery, extortion, human trafficking, and embezzlement. This organization, referred to hereinafter as the Big U Enterprise. So they're going to talk only and call it by this name now, right? So they mentioned all these things, then hereinafter this is going to be mentioned as this. Operated within the Central District of California and elsewhere. The Big U Enterprise, including its leaders, members, and associates, constituted an enterprise as defined by Title 18 United States Code. They go into the code. That is a group of individuals associated, in fact, that engaged in and the activities of which affected interstate and foreign commerce. The Big U Enterprise constituted an ongoing organization which members and associates functioned as a continuing unit for the common purpose of achieving the objectives of the Big U Enterprise. Purpose of the enterprise. The purpose of the enterprise, the Big U Enterprise, included, but were not limited to, the following: enriching the Big U Enterprise's members and associates by using power and status of the Big U Enterprise and Defendant Henley and his reputation as an original gangster of the rolling 60s to commit extortion, robbery, fraud, and other crimes. B, promoting, protecting, and expanding the power, reputation, and profits of the Big U Enterprise and its members, associates through the use of intimidation, fear, violence, threats of violence, assaults, extortion, and unalivings. C, using social media platforms, documentaries, podcasts, interviews, and Defendant Henley's reputation and status to create fame for and stoke fear of the Big U Enterprise and its members and its associates. D, financially enriching the Big U Enterprise's members and associates by defrauding donors to nonprofit entities under the control of Big U Enterprise and its members and associates, including Developing Options. E, financially enriching Big U Enterprise's members and associates by defrauding federal, state, and local agencies that awarded grants and other financial supports to nonprofit entities under the control of the Big U Enterprise and its members and associates, including Developing Options. F, financially enriching Big U Enterprises members and its associates by defrauding federal agencies and mortgage lending business to make loans to employ of entities under the control of the Big U Enterprise and its members and associates, including unique and developing options. G, gratifying Big U Enterprises members and associates by trafficking and exploiting SEX workers. And H, concealing and protecting the illegal activities of the Big U Enterprise and its members and associates from detection by law enforcement through the means that include, among other things, witness tampering and obstruction of justice. C, means and methods of the enterprise. Among the means and the methods by which members and associates of the Big U Enterprise conducted and participated in the conduct of affairs of the Big U Enterprise included, but were not limited to, the following. A, members and associates of the Big U Enterprise committed and conspired, attempted and threatened to commit acts of violence, including unalivings, armed assaults, robberies, extortions, acts of intimidations, and threats of violence in order to generate income, create an atmosphere of fear, protect and expand the Big U Enterprise's reputation for violence, and expand the Big U Enterprise's criminal operations. Members and associates of the Big U Enterprise would use defendant Henley's history and reputation, including his connections to the violent Rollin 60's street gang, to tote the Big U Enterprise's reputation for violence and that the Big U Enterprise controlled Los Angeles. As part of the Big U Enterprise's purported control of Los Angeles, individuals including professional athletes, musicians, and others intending to conduct certain types of business in Los Angeles, including both legitimate business and illicit criminal conduct, were required to check in with defendant Henley prior to traveling to Los Angeles or engaging in certain activities in order to obtain protection from the Big U Enterprise while in Los Angeles. Defendant Henley hosted a podcast titled Checking In. And the opening theme song of which explained, when you hop off the plane, check in, penthouse suite, check in, when your feet hit the street, check in, because if not, ish get hot, you better check in. The check-in included both a payment to the Big U Enterprise as well as requesting permission from defendant Henley to conduct certain activities, including acts of violence that were sanctioned by the Big U Enterprise, as defendant Henley described in a documentary film that he produced about his life titled Hip Hop Uncovered. If I don't pick up the phone, that can mean DEATH for somebody. On the Nothing to Something podcast, defendant Henley said, "You're going to check in. You could choose not to, and it's going to be a problem. If you choose not to check in, you suffer the consequences. You feel like you got something bigger than what's there, and that's not checking in. It's basically an act of war. It ain't not one human being who not going to check in." In a video defendant Henley recorded of the film crew in Los Angeles' Hyde Park neighborhood in or around 2017 as depicted in the below image, defendant Henley claimed, "Anytime you want to do movies in the hood, just check in. But if you don't check it in, we're going to check you in all right. We're going to check you in all right." Damn, that's crazy. It's nuts. We said we're going to check you in all right. We're going to check in all your equipment. You know what I mean? We're going to take your stuff. And he said this in this said podcast right here with the image right here. It's crazy. Got all the images with it, man. Y'all drop likes in the building. All right? Y'all tell me what y'all thinking about this whole indictment. Y'all tell me what y'all think about Luce, Whack, Brick, something. Y'all get in the comments. Let me know what y'all thinking. Period. Listen. While members and associates of the Big U Enterprise use defendant Henley and the Big U Enterprise's history and reputation in order to control Los Angeles through violence, fear, and intimidation, defendant Henley simultaneously attempted. Wait, hold on. Let me see where I'm at. Y'all dropping likes or what, man? Make sure y'all dropping likes in the building. Facts. Listen. Defendant Henley simultaneously attempted to create an air of legitimacy for himself publicly by promoting himself as a reformed gang member focused on bettering his community through purported nonprofit organizations he founded, such as Development Options, and by soliciting donations from celebrities and grants from governments and foundations to these charitable organizations. In actuality, Defendant Henley and other members and associates of the Big U enterprise used these purported nonprofit entities to enrich and further the objectives of the Big U enterprise, included by embezzling funds meant as charitable donations to the nonprofit entity, using nonprofit entities to fraudulently apply for government assistance and loans, and using nonprofit entities to falsify employment and financial records to personally benefit members and its associates of the Big U enterprise. Members and associates of the Big U enterprise would discipline other members and associates of the Big U enterprise who acted in ways seen as detrimental to the Big U enterprise, or other individuals who were seen as disrespecting the Big U enterprise or its members, including through threats and acts of violence such as assaults, kidnappings, and unalivings. Members and associates of the Big U enterprise would avoid detection and apprehension by the law enforcement by, among other activities: 1, attempting to thwart and evade law enforcement's surveillance, destroying video surveillance and other evidence and or other evidences, and threatening and pressuring victims or witnesses to commit of crimes, pressuring victims of crimes by members or associates of the Big U enterprise to avoid interaction with or to provide untruthful statements or testimony to law enforcement officers. The racketeering conspiracy. Beginning no later than in and or around 2010 and continuing to on or around about March 19th, 2025 in Los Angeles County within the Central District of California and elsewhere, defendants Henley, Robinson, and Martin and others known and unknown to the grand jury, each being a person employed by and associated with the Big U enterprise and enterprise engaged in and the activities of which affected interstate foreign commerce, knowingly and intentionally conspired to violate Title 18. They also committed multiple acts involving unaliving, chargeable under the Nevada revised statutes, and they go through the sections and the statutes. Kidnapping, chargeable Nevada revised under Nevada revised statute sections. They go through that. The robbery, chargeable, right? California penal codes, right? The multiple acts under these penal codes relating to the wire fraud, relating to the financial institution frauds, right? Relating to the interference with the commerce, the interstate commerce that they're talking about, right? The robbery or extortions, right? They go into the Title 18, right? Relating to the interstate transportation for the purpose of the SEX workers, right? Monty's caught up into that with him. Yeah. It was part of the conspiracy that each defendant agreed that a co-conspirator would commit at least 2 acts of racketeering in the conduct of the affairs of the Big U enterprise. So that means that everybody at least committed at least 2 acts of this thing, of the racketeering. It's crazy. The overt acts. So this is what academics and WAC 100 was arguing about last night. Okay? This is what they was arguing about last night, and I think I want to play that as well because they're having this big blow up, right? They're having this big blow up. No shit, I don't want to go too far past where we at. Nah, I'm not trying to do that. Right? I just want to go right here to the overt acts for 1 second, y'all. I love y'all. Trust me, I love y'all. I love y'all. Trust me. Listen to me. Let me go and find something so I can show y'all so y'all can listen to this, okay? Because WAC 100 is bugged out, bro. WAC 100 is bugged out. I can find it on my video anyway. I'm gonna find it. Yeah, I did it last night. Let me just see. Hold up. I got it because I just want to hear the audio, man. But I just want to hear it straight. I don't want to hear me talking on it, man. Hold up, let me try it. Let me make sure I can hear that. All right, cool. I can hear it. Hold up. Let me see if I can skip through this, because let me see. Hold up. I got to find this clear for y'all. I'm going to play this clear for y'all, bro. I gotta find this, bro. I gotta find this clear. Hold up. Hey, bro, why whack? 100, why the feds haven't talked to him? Speak on RICO. Hold up, let me see.
Because I don't want you to get caught up in it. Because it's gonna be some bullshit.
Yo.
What up? Lemon meringue again, rhinoceros, forehead,
All right. Yeah. Let's get this right here.
Change, man. They say you went from doubling down to saying you were trolling the whole time.
No. Hold on. First of all, what I said was, after reading that paperwork, like, I don't know that dude. You gotta remember, it's like, all right, act, me and you.
Yeah.
Ever since we met, right?
Mm-hmm.
Everything we do, it be about building on some business somehow, some way. Right?
That's a fact.
And it's like you going to read some paperwork where you see I'm doing all that kind of shit right now. You're going to be like, I don't know that whack, right? And only thing I did say was when it came to the family, I'm not going to lie, bro. Like, I can let you hear so much shit people call me with and telling me shit, and I know they be trying to get me to run with it so they can say, look at that stupid motherfucker. We fed him some bullshit and he ran with it, right? It's in the paperwork, bro. All y'all niggas, we want to see it. They beat me for my bag. Hear none of that.
That's what I'm trying to say. Once they're looking at Big U, other than the murder, as he was doing extortion plays. So anything
but slow down. No, slow down. The only extortion they have him on is the individual that he was making pay.
We still reading, y'all, but they talking about the overt acts that we about to get into, and Wack is trying to act like he not a part of the overt acts or nothing. This shit is crazy, bro. We got to get into it. Y'all drop likes.
Those basketball players or whatever, even though they don't call it.
No. That's not extortion.
Wait,
that's
hold
cap.
on. Wait. I'm not saying they say that's
cap.
No, wait, Wack. You got to let me just.
We're talking about extortion, nigga.
I know, but
don't mention them. Yeah, but they're not. They're not saying he extorted you.
Yo, it's under the.
Everybody subscribe to the channel that's not subscribed.
That's why
everybody subscribe to the channel that's not subscribed.
They put them under because they donated to the nonprofit.
But what I'm trying
and he moved the nonprofit money to his personal account. That's the embezzlement.
So they have it for embezzlement, but they have it framed almost like these are ways these guys basically had to give money. They didn't call it extortion, right? They don't.
No, they don't. I'm gonna tell you why they don't. I'm gonna tell you why. The dude, Dale or Monster, right? He told the cops he was being extorted for money. You get what I'm saying? You have to have the ball players say he made me or he extorted me. None of them gonna say that, bro, because them is his real friends. I put him with Shaq, so I know how he met Shaq.
Yeah.
These dudes is his real friends, right? Draymond Green, that's his partner. Him and Draymond Green like me and you. Them niggas is close.
Of course, they're not gonna say it. They're not gonna say it, but that's where the wiretaps come in. Like, for example, even that.
Wack gonna blow up on him, y'all. Listen.
I never seen nowhere in there where Big U insinuated he was extorting any of the ball players.
Well, he pretty much insinuates that nothing could go on in LA without him getting pretty much a piece. So again, it's just
that ain't, bro. See,
Wack,
listen, bro.
It's the same thing where they mentioned your incident. Like they mentioned the incident. Nothing happened in the incident, but it furthers this idea And it furthers the allegation that Big U's running an enterprise that's trying to harm people. Yeah, nothing happened to you.
So his enterprise is his enterprise, right? End of the day, that's him talking, right? So what I'm saying is this, bro. Okay, we ran a clip today where he was saying, hey, we trying to help the kids get prom dresses and tuxedo rentals, right? I forgot all about this shit. He like, yo, bro, all you motherfuckers that be calling me for whatever, y'all ain't looking out. The dudes that have looked out, he named me as one of them. Whack 100 looked out. Shout out to Whack 100. It was a few other people he named, right? It's simple. Hey, bro, what up? Hey, man, we trying to do this shit for the kids. Whoop, 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 whoop. All right, cool. You doing up under your organization? Yeah, all right, cool. Here go a check. Here go $1,000. Here go $2,000. We right on there for prom, whatever, right? That's not extortion. That's called a nigga, right, helping with a cause. That's what that is. Right, that's all that is.
Again, Whack. I'm not saying it's textbook extortion, but when you put it under a RICO Act, it's convincing to make the case that this person was operating in that realm.
Yo, Act, listen, bro.
Let me ask you a question. Why do you think they put? Why would they put?
Motherfucking law.
Hold on. Why would they put that incident? Let me ask you this question, Whack. Why would they put that incident? Or even put Big U talking about the altercation with you in the parking lot. Why would they? He's not charged for that. Why would they put it there unless they're trying to paint the picture that this nigga, when he says, I want somebody
you gotta ask the feds. Nigga, I'm not the motherfucking feds. Nigga, fuck you asking me for? You already asked me some stupid shit talking about, why would they talk to me? Nigga, you just said, is he charged for it?
Is
he charged for it?
It's listed as an overt act. What I'm trying to say
is he charged for it?
All of these things they put in the indictment is to make the case. It's making the case that this nigga been extorting a bunch of people.
Is he charged for it? Do they have a statement from Whack 100?
No, I never said that. But I said...
shut the fuck up talking to me about it, bro. You bitch ass.
Oh, no, you can't be serious. That is some bullshit right there.
That's crazy, bro. Watch how he begin to fluff and he starts to go all around the board and gets mad defensive. Bonafide lying signs of lying, bro. Bonafide lines, signs of lines and lines of signs of lying, bro. I'm telling y'all right now. Salute to everybody in the building. Let's get back to the work. Y'all drop likes. We got more paperwork to read. We still got about 60-something pages to read, and we're getting back to that. But we need to see how he's going to confront being in this paperwork when we get into the images of him on the block being confronted by the 1520 Rollin 60s. With the hoodies tied down, homie. With the hoodies tied down, homie. Not lying to you. I'm not capping. You got pictures, as you can see, pictures on this paperwork. So we're going to get into all of that. I'm going to let this play because we're getting into the overt acts. This is why I'm playing this, not because we want to listen to Whack and Act. No, because Act is pressing him and talking to him like, yo, bro, these are overt acts. He's like, nah, I don't mean nothing. I ain't got nothing to do. You ain't got nothing to do.
Oh, no, you can't be serious. That is some bullshit right there.
Nasty word.
Ass niggas on some real shit. I'ma speak from my heart. You bitch ass niggas on one side.
They put in the indictment is to make the case. It's making the case that this nigga been extorting a bunch of people.
Is he charged for it? Do they have a statement from Whack 100?
No, I never said that. But I said...
shut the fuck up talking to me about it, bro. You bitch ass niggas on some real shit. I'ma speak from my heart. You bitch ass niggas on one side and say, oh, Big U don't fuck with Whack. I say, well, I don't fuck with Big U. Now, you see a 4-year fucking investigation on a whole time me and this nigga didn't fuck with each other, and you want to put me in his shit.
No, I never put you in his shit. The only thing I said is that I think if the feds is doing...
Look how he do the reverse mind trick. He's talking about somebody's trying to put him in some shit. No, brother, you put yourself in some shit. You put yourself in that paperwork, even the federal complaint, because the first time you're mentioned in the federal complaint, WAC 100, is because you are said to be corroborating evidence that victim 1 told the feds when he was snitching to them about being extorted by the Big U Enterprise and Big U and its associates. You confirmed that what he said a year and change prior when he made these statements to the feds. You and Luce Cannon both confirmed this when y'all had the conversation saying, yo, you know why he gave him the 40 and he took the 20 because he gonna take 20 to get it. And then Luce confirms it, and then he goes into other extortions and Meek Mill or whoever being put in trunks and everything else, right? Which also made it into the paperwork. Which is leading a lot of people to say, damn, why Wack ain't getting caught up in that when he all up in the paperwork like that. So that's the first way he was mentioned in the paperwork. The second is the run-in with Big U in the 15 to 20 Rollin 60s. And they had the hoodie tied down. And he was like, nah, Big U, I see you. Eugene Henley. Nah, it's you, Big U. Eugene Henley, I see you. Nah, he got his blower. Nah, he got the blower out. Nah, my kids, my family here. Nah, you can't do this. I don't want to die. Nah, draws. And Wack, no, I'm not lying about that. Facts. And I ain't even laughing. That shit is real deal. Them niggas was on his bumper, bro. Them niggas was on his bumper, bro. Straight in traffic, niggas was on his bumper. Like back in the days, we using bumper cars, nigga, like this. Remember them days? Facts, bro. That's what happened. So let's get into this, and this is why we're going to get to the breakdown. Then we getting into the read. Salute to everybody for rocking with us. Appreciate y'all. Make sure y'all liking though. It don't matter if there's a couple of us in here. Just make sure everybody that's here drop a like. That's all we need. We don't need 1 million people. Nah, man. We just need the people here to buy into a system. Now we going to drop likes. And that's the same thing I'm going to do for y'all channels. And that's the same thing I'm going to get people to do for y'all channel when I'm helping you to build them and work on them. Melvin Terry is one of the next people I'm trying to help. He said he's going to call me tomorrow. Just hit me up. He's one of the people that support the channel, man. This is what it is. He hit me up and said, OOTA, I need some help with my channel. I don't know what help he needs yet, but he'll let me know when we speak tomorrow when he hit me on Instagram. So follow me on Instagram, holler at me, hit me if y'all need my help in something. This is what it's all about. This is what Go is about. It's not about me trying to find myself or doing anything by myself. It's about me trying to help everybody I can too. Because y'all are helping me every day just by watching, regardless of what. If y'all all like, I'll do much better though, which will help me to go a little further, which is another where I can try to pull y'all to. So the further I can go is the further I can pull you. And that's the system we need to also implement back in our neighborhoods where we grew up at. Because everybody get money, get the drug money, get all of this. But then when we get everything, we leave the hood that we're from, forget about everything, and everything goes to shit. You know what I mean? So we got to help people to get to a place, which we've always done. All of us do. We always do. All the people help everybody to live to every place that they get in every field that they're in. So I'm saying if you ain't go scholastically and do your thing. But if you like in the entertainment and all these other fields, then the people and things like that, people buy your merch, people support you, people buy your albums and all these things. The people that lift up your channels, everything that people are doing in entertainment. You know what I mean? So the people most definitely drive that. Always understand that. You know what I mean? So salute to all y'all, man. Salute to the people, man. Salute to the people, man. I love y'all. When I start talking about y'all and shit, sometimes people be leaving, oh, this nigga want to show. They don't want me to show love, bro. They like Grinches in here. Like a bunch of Grinches. They don't want me to show you love. They don't want me to say drop a 7 for God if you believe in God. I want everybody to drop a 7. If you believe in Jesus, you believe in the angels, if you believe in anything that's protecting you, drop a 7. Drop a 7 in the chat. Drop where you from in the chat. 9, you drop a 9 in the chat. #9. That's how you free your people, man. That's when you're saying free your people in this chat, man. That's how we do. It's just our little coded things of how we talk without even having to talk. So in a minute, they already know y'all all gonna be knowing 7s when y'all come in, 9s when y'all freeing y'all people this, when y'all doing that, 6s when y'all on y'all demon times and all that. Y'all gonna be telling me all the things that y'all on. And I appreciate y'all. Let's get back to it.
Doing their due diligence, it would be absolutely stupid that they mention your name a few times as somebody that Big U wanted to harm, and there was an incident that could have went bad, and they never even try to ask you a question. That would sound crazy, Wack. Like, if
ask me a question for what?
Even if you say, I'm not answering no question, but at least be like, hey, listen, we have this dude on wiretap.
Okay, I bet you this. Let's do this, Act. Let's bet 100,000.
That what?
Because all the paperwork gonna come out. Okay. PSI, everything gonna come out. Let's bet 100,000 right now. I'm telling you.
Yeah, I bet Wack 100,000. My ass.
About this man ever in the 47 years of my life I've been living. No, the feds or no other motherfucking law enforcement agency.
No, so Wack, I'm not guaranteeing that they ask you, but I think they would try to talk to you. And here's the thing: even if they did ask you, Wack, even if they did ask you, you realize you could do a proffer that you could do a proffer that keeps you out of a grand jury and keeps you out of court.
Let's bet 100,000. Stop playing with my name.
No, I'm not saying you did that. What I'm saying is that
with my act. Listen, we friends, but I don't give a fuck about no friendship. You playing with my name like that? Cause guess what, act? I didn't let nobody play with your name, nigga. When you had your situation, stop playing with my name. Give me the same motherfucking respect. Listen to me. Give me the same motherfucking respect I gave you, and you was actually on audio saying some shit, and I didn't let nobody play with your name. Stop. Don't mention no proffer or no other shit like that with my name, because I ain't never been tied to none of that.
No, nobody's accusing you of shit. Just like how you say, right? Yo, Brick, they came and they got a gun. If they got the AK,
that's documented.
Hold on. But if they got it,
documented.
Hold on. Wait. If they got it and you don't have a court date or blah 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 blah, we have to deduce these things. What I'm saying is that, like, put it like this. If I was in a,
did they say a crime happened?
Wait, hold on.
Did anybody get hurt when we got into it?
Wait, hold on. I would say put my name in there, and my name is not there, but put my. You're not listen. If you definitely talk to them, you can listen to the victim. So I wouldn't say you talk to them at all. But did they attempt to? I think it's reasonable to say they would attempt to talk to you. I would think they would attempt to talk to me if I was in that position.
If they would have attempted, then I would be a victim. It would be victim 4, victim 5.
No. If they attempted to talk to you, you would have to cooperate to someone for them to have you as a victim. You get what I'm saying?
Hey, bro, you know why they wouldn't attempt to talk to me?
Why not? Yeah, this is what I want to know.
Because it's a chance that I'm gonna say something.
What do you mean?
They already know I'm running around calling the boy a snitch. They know I'm already saying he cooperating with the 77th Street Division. They pull me down in there talking about some shit about this nigga. I'm gonna be like, this nigga hot as a motherfucking cayenne pepper. It's a fact. They know I'm going to the moon.
Now, here's the other side. Again, I'm Whack. Just to be very clear, I'm not accusing you of nothing. I'm just looking at how I would think they would try to.
You niggas want me to be part of a Hey, bro.
No.
I know. This is why I say you a square. What about this RICO have you noticed when it comes to the people involved? Let me see if your mind even works this way.
They're all stupid and they keep incriminating themselves, but you.
No. Let me tell you something about Big U. Big U fuck with certain people certain ways for certain reasons, right? Big U don't do no dirt with no nigga that ain't from his neighborhood. You ain't noticed every nigga right there from his neighborhood?
Yeah.
Every nigga right there from his neighborhood. Big U does not fuck with niggas because guess why? He feels he can't control it.
Okay.
He do something with a nigga over here from another neighborhood, right? And a nigga get out on him. He can't control it.
Okay.
If you look at the paperwork, every nigga's from his neighborhood. I'm gonna be real, bro. My team, my circle, my table, we didn't make money off of extorting, bro. Like, that ain't even no money. Did you see the dollar amounts? What
is 2,000 a week, you know what I mean? You know,
okay, well, I can show
money,
you.
what's the problem?
Yeah, but okay, so where if 10 people make money off 1,000?
Okay. So basically you're saying Big U was a low-level hustler that was extorting for small bills.
No, what I'm saying is, I just learned when I read that paperwork, right, about all that shit. Because I'm like, this shit crazy. $500? Niggas saying we reduced you down to $1,500. And then the crazy part about it is his pickup man is backdooring him. He telling the victim, don't answer the phone when Big U call. He gonna ask you for $5,000. Don't answer the phone. And then another one, he says, I'm only gonna give Big U 1,000 out this 1,500, so you just gave me 1,000. So your middleman, like, I'm looking at this shit like, that's some real clown shit.
Hey,
not only are you extorting a nigga for a stack or two, but your pickup man is working with the victim against you for the stack or two.
Hey, by the way,
Sometimes
it was $500. Hey, did you know that Big U was, because I always listen to you on Clubhouse. You said Big U, Big U is not like that. And from the wiretaps, Big U was telling these niggas, listen, I done knocked a couple niggas off, and I'm still like that. I'll do it again. That's what he was saying.
Hey,
basically.
bro.
Did
what
you
a
know he
nigga
was like
say,
that?
What a nigga say and what a nigga doing, listen.
Oh, he was lying.
If you got a group of people that's already intimidated and scared of you for whatever reason, right? Bro, you can tell a nigga you just killed the rhinoceros and they gonna believe you. They ain't have to see it. Did you ever hear him give a description of who he did like that? I'm still. You got rappers in every song talking about what they doing and ain't did it. So just because a nigga saying, I'm like that, once you got their attention, right, and you got their mind, whatever you feed it is what they gonna swallow, homie.
So
I'm telling you, and maybe
you don't think he got it in him to catch a body then? So like when you hear and you read some
every
shit.
man, right? No, every man. See, in these streets, every man is capable of murder, killing somebody. A coward motherfucker, kill a motherfucker. You scare him enough, right? But then you got some motherfuckers that's just what they do. You understand what I'm saying? That nigga, that's what they do. It is, nigga, it's like how you get up and take a piss.
Yeah.
They'll knock a nigga down.
Yeah.
Here's how to never have to worry about money after a car.
There's a lot going on with that, brother and sisters. It's a lot going on with that, brothers and sisters, man. It's crazy what's going on. That's a lot to break down in itself. But in that right there, I just want to hear Whack 100's take on certain things, the overt acts, which academics is telling him like, nah. And he pushed his line on Whack. He pushed the line with him. Can't hold you. He pushed the line, say, nah. How come they ain't kind of asking you no questions and stuff? That's why he's getting that academic saying, nah, you just like them. You want to see me like this. You want to see me in the paperwork. No, you putting me in the paperwork. No, you put yourself in the paperwork, sir.
Oh, no, you can't be serious. That is some bullshit right there.
Put yourself in the paperwork, sir. Nobody did that. Don't start blaming people when you know you the one did it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Everybody in the building, salute to everybody. Everybody, make sure y'all dropping a like. Make sure you're subscribing to the channel. Make sure you're notified when we dropping new content. You are? Listen, man, this is where we left off on the read, okay? This is where we left off because we went exactly to the overt acts, okay? So this is why I played that. This is why I came to this, so everybody on the rewatch can get a nice flowing stream where they're getting the information, what's going on with the Nipsey, some of the connections with those things, moving into this, bang. We got the act, we got some other act to get into too. I mean, Whack. It's crazy. We got a lot. Anyway, in furtherance of the conspiracy and to, let me just make sure everything is good. Bang. Let me just make sure sound is all good because I would not like to be reading. Thank you. And then it's happened to me so many times being live. You reading for an hour and it's all mute. Sad. In furtherance of the conspiracy and to accomplish its objects, on or about the following dates, defendant Henley, Robinson, and Martin, together with others known and unknown to the grand jury, committed and willfully caused to be committed various overt acts within the Central District of California and elsewhere, including but not limited to the following. Defendant Henley and Robinson drove from Los Angeles to Las Vegas, where the defendant Henley kidnapped an unalived victim, R.W., a unique music artist of whom defendant Henley believed had disrespected the Big U enterprise. Okay, that's madness in itself. Y'all drop likes. If you have not dropped a like, drop a like now. Everybody and a mama. I keep telling you, that's your grandmother. Go wake her up. Everybody and a mama. George Bush the buttons. Yeah, George Bush the buttons. Right, boom. Defendant Henley arranged for victim RW to record at a music studio in Las Vegas and then confronted victim RW for lack of production. Overt act number 1. In January 2021, defendant Henley, using his influence and reputation of the Big U enterprise, arranged for victim RW to record music at a studio owned by a Grammy award-winning producer. The producer in Las Vegas, Nevada, and the studio was there. Overt act number 2. In January 2021, at defendant Henley's direction, KF, an employee of Unique Music, arranged for victim RW's air travel to Las Vegas on January 19, 2021, and expected the return to Los Angeles on January 26th. Okay, this is the day that I think Big U ended up responding, I think, to the message, right? I'm going to figure it out. It's a lot of dates in my head right now. I'm reading a lot of paperwork. In January of 2002, see, you know how they say in or about and all this stuff? They're telling you directly when it's happened. In January 2021, at defendant Henley's direction, okay, we went into that, boom. Overt act number 4. On January 23rd, 2021, defendant Henley and Robinson drove from Los Angeles to Las Vegas in a Lexus sedan, the sedan to confront victim RW about his lack of production in the studio. Overt act number 5. On January 24th, 2021, at approximately 2 a.m., defendant Henley arrived at the Airbnb in a sedan and asked victim RW why victim RW had not been at the studio the previous day, wasting studio time and disrespecting Unique Music and the Big U enterprise. Defendant Henley kidnapped and unalived victim RW for perceived disrespect to the Big U enterprise. Overt 6. On January 24, 2021, defendant Henley and Robinson arrived in a sedan where he was scheduled to record a song. On January 24th, at the direction of Henley, R1 recorded a song at the studio before midnight. On January 25th, at approximately 12:58 a.m., defendant Henley's 2 phones stopped reporting location data, indicating that they were turned off or placed on airplane mode while in the vicinity of the studio. On January 25th, 2021, defendant Henley drove victim RW from the studio to the Airbnb in the sedan. On January 25th at approximately 1:20 a.m., victim RW left the Airbnb with his suitcase packed and entered the sedan with defendant Henley 1 day before victim's RW's scheduled checkout from the Airbnb and 1 day before the victim's return flight back to Los Angeles. So they did this all before he was supposed to go back home, allegedly. On the January 25th, defendant Henley drove victim north of Las Vegas to Interstate 15 near Apex Regional Landfill. Like I said, it was a landfill in the picture on my last video. I had the landfill. Make sure y'all go check out the last videos, because right now it's detailing the whole story. We bringing this all together, and then with this paperwork and with all of it, we're going to bring it all together, and then it's nasty work, bro. Anyway, on January 25th at approximately 2:15 a.m., defendant Henley's 2 phones began reporting location, so they know that this whatever probably happened because he went there, drove the interstate. But then at this time, his phone is back pinging. Defendant Henley's 2 phones reported location data again, indicating that they were turned on or taken off of airplane mode. While defendant Henley was continuing to drive south from Interstate 15 to US 95 back to Las Vegas, on January 25th, approximately 2:20 a.m., defendant Henley called defendant Robertson, who was still at the studio. On January 25th, at approximately 2:30 a.m., defendant Henley returned to the studio, telling the employees at the studio that he had gone to the gym. On January 25th, 2021, victim R1's body was found off Interstate 15 in the area depicted below with multiple gunshot wounds to the head. You know what I'm saying? So this is all actual pictures, all actual evidence of what happened, what took place, and what's going on. So they're not playing. Okay, I just want to screen that. I just want to screenshot this. All right, boom. Big U Enterprise members and associates attempted to cover up the M. Act number 17 on January 25th, 2021, defendant Henley contacted the producer to inform him that Nevada homicide detectives would be interviewing the producer about the unaliving of victim RW. On January 26th, defendant Henley contacted the producer and demanded that the producer and his employees leave the studio premises. On the 26th, defendant Henley's direction, Big U Enterprise Associates, DS, and others known and unknown to the grand jury removed portions of the security system from the studio, including security video and data from the times victim RW and defendants Henley and Robinson were present at the studio prior to victim RW's unaliving. So that already looks shady as hell. It looks suspicious. They already know that you was there with him. All this done went down. All that. Now all of a sudden, all this was missing, and what happened? So it's already looking sus. On the 27th, approximately 10:30 p.m., KF asked the Airbnb owner if there were cameras on the property. Lord Jesus. On January 27, 2021, KF directed the owner of the account that he used to book the victim Airbnb not to speak with law enforcement. Crazy. Why is all of this? This is crazy. Like, why are you concerned? If this person's a person that works with you, he's on your label and all this stuff like that. Why are y'all so concerned with all these things? You know what I mean? It's just crazy. You know what I mean? You would say, damn, that's my artist and shit like that. Listen, man, y'all ain't saying nothing, but it just seems like this is the way they're making it seem in the paperwork, that they're doing all of these things because of these said reasons. You know what I'm saying? And this is why they're doing it. On February 3rd, KF falsely told law enforcement that he did not know the address of the studio and did not have a phone number for or any way to contact defendant Henley's. Overt act number 23. On December 31st, 2022, on an intercepted call, defendant Henley explained his motivations for committing M's on behalf of the Big Jesus Christ. On behalf of the Big U Enterprise, stating, "What you guys see on the internet, y'all keep hearing other people who don't have nothing to talk about but sell. Let me explain something to you. If I would have had a problem with any man, color, creed, king, or kind," this nigga is gangster with this shit. This nigga's wildin'. This nigga said, "If I would have had a problem with any man, color, creed, king, or kind, the issues would have been resolved and he wouldn't have been there. And he wouldn't been there. And he wouldn't be here, my bad. And he wouldn't be here. Or I wouldn't be here. It ain't no kid nothing. And it damn near nobody who been in this motherfucker longer than me can stand against me and be who I am. If I had a problem with any man and this wouldn't be so funny to me, I'm still who they say I am." This is going to be crucial in court. This man said, I am who I say I am, bro. You know, this is what the nigga said, I am who I say I am, bro. It's nasty. Big U Enterprise members and associates attempted to evade the law enforcement and control and intimidate witnesses to the unalivings. Overt Act number 24, on February 14, 2023, to evade law enforcement interaction regarding victim RW's unaliving, defendant Henley's wife, SH, falsely informed detectives that defendant Henley did not live at his residence full time. On February 14th, happy Valentine's Day, on an intercepted call, after speaking with Detective SH, called defendant Henley from defendant Henley's father's phone to warn defendant Henley's that detectives were seeking to discuss victim RW's unaliving with defendant Henley, and defendant Henley asked how many officers were there. Beginning on February 14, 2023, to evade law enforcement interaction regarding victim RW's murder, or unaliving, I should say, defendant Henley did not return home to his residence for multiple days. On February 14, 2023, to evade law enforcement interactions regarding victim RW's murder, Jesus Christ, I keep saying the word, unaliving, defendant Henley switched cars with defendant Robinson. On February 14, 2023, on an intercepted call, defendant Henley called defendant Martin to schedule a meeting to discuss victim RW's unaliving and evading law enforcements, bruh. It's crazy, man. This whole thing is crazy. This whole thing is crazy. I need everybody make sure they dropping a like right now, subscribing to the channel, turn the notification bells on, make sure they notify when we dropping, right? Come on, dude. Y'all got the notifications on. How y'all looking out there? How we looking with the notifications, y'all? How we looking, man? Salute to everybody that's in the building. First things first. Salute to everybody in the building. You already know this is the Cook Up Show. Why? Because I came from cooking up in the streets, and now I changed my life, and I'm cooking up this way. This is what it is. We can repurpose our life. We can repurpose the things that we know, all the street things, all of the jack boy, all the stuff that we know. We can repurpose that, and we can actually win in other places in the world, in reality, in life. We can actually win. A lot of the things that we learned from the hood was all good. It's just that we was just not doing good with it. All that things was good. My man knew how to catch us on find a spot. Yo, son, I set up a new spot, bro. You know what I'm saying? He might be a good, like, real estate. He probably be selling properties or something like that, bro. Sometimes we just got to repurpose what we know, man. Trust me, we learned so many good things being in the hood, man. Don't let nobody ever talk down on the hood, man. Even though we might have not had much, even though, you know what I mean, you was stressing a little bit when we was kids. When we was kids, we had fun with nothing. We was sharing a little one Laffy Taffy, all of that. We had the oven doors open, all that. Even if you still going through some of these things, man. Salute to y'all. Because this is what sometimes make or break and make people. This makes you who you are, man. It shows that you're resilient. It shows that you got fight. It shows that you got grit. It shows that you're tough, man. Shout out to all of the men, the women, and the young people, man. That's tough out here. That's challenging the challenges of life. That's standing up. Keeping it 10 toes down, not ratting on nobody, doing what you're doing. But if you is doing what you're doing the wrong thing, you taking your own weight, man. You ain't working, know what I'm saying? We can't knock a person that's living any way they living if they taking their own weight. But we trying to move our people forward to start getting back to another level until us get into a bag and get into a legal bag and all those things. Because I feel like if we all get a legal bag, we might not be doing some of the things we doing. So that's why on this channel, my goal is to monetize at least 100,000 channels if I can. And that's not a selling point. I'm not asking you for no money. I don't ask nobody for nothing. I've already helped a lot of people to monetize already. So my number's already going already. And I just want to do that. You know what I mean? If I could teach a lot of people to help like to fish, then I ain't got to tell y'all, I ain't got to give you a fish, bro. Straight. So that's the best I can do, and that's the least I can do at the same damn time. Try to help everybody that I know that's helping me to lift every day and get my views and everything. Right now, we're at like 2,000 views right now. And you know what I mean? It's all love, you know what I'm saying? And it's all because of y'all, whether you like it or not. But just know if you are liking and if the more y'all like, I'll go further. And I want y'all to want that for me. Because, you know, I want y'all to go further. Anybody that spoke to me, trust me, they'll tell you. I want y'all all to go further. So make sure you're helping OOTA to go further. Make sure you're helping Ongo, this Ongo network, to go further. Because that's what I am. I'm just a representation of this, man. Because we all got to be on go together. That's what my grandmother taught me. And that's what I know your grandmother told you too. Make sure y'all go together now, you know, and make sure you come back safe. And if you leave, there's going to be asses kicked. You know your grandmother said the same thing. Shout out to your grandmother. Shout out to moms. And we got to keep it G with each other. Shout out to Jalen Seasons, Slim Goody in the chat. Shout out to Slim Goody in the chat. Slim the Goddess. You know what I'm saying? It's like, yeah, man, just make sure we just keeping it tight, man. Just doing what we got to do. But listen, subscribe to the channel now. Turn the notification bells on now. We got a lot more read to get into and all of that. You already know the vibes. And like I said, this is the Cook Up Show. And you with me, OOTA, 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 on go. And you cooking up.
Real quick.